Good morning, good morning, good morning, everyone. Happy Friday, TGIF. Let's get into it. Um, Guys, feel free to ask questions in the chat too. I mean, I'm not going to be able to, be looking at it all the time, but if you have any questions, ask them in the chat. Yeah, what we're looking for here today is, let's look at the daily. Yeah, we're still at all-time highs. We're very strong, so that means we're going to be looking for pullbacks today. That's it. Just looking for pullbacks. I'm not interested in shorting. I'm just not. It's just one of my rules, and I'm sticking to it. So here we are, all-time highs, very strong. Looking for those pullbacks. Oh wow, that's a huge level up there, 29. All right, so it looks like we are. We could look for a pullback to around the 700 level down here, or around, honestly, potentially the 800 level. We'll just have to look. So keep an eye on that 28,800, aka the 800 level. And let's come over here. Let's look at what ES is doing. Again, all-time highs, very strong. And we're right at that 7,400 level that we've been playing around with for the past 3 days now. This is the third day. So market isn't holding that 7,400 level very well at all. So that's something to keep in mind. Although I do think that they manipulate around this level a lot, especially at the open. I think that the market makers like to play games at these levels a lot of the times, and especially at the open. But let's keep in mind that we are not holding that 7,400 level. So we'll look for a hold below. I don't think I'll take a trade there because I'm not taking any shorts today, but could there be a trade there? There could be. Let's come over here to QQQ, and we'll go ahead and move pre-market high. Mark pre-market high. Yesterday's high. Pre-market low. And yesterday's low. Boom, boom. Let's have those levels marked. Come over here, and we will mark yesterday's low. Pre-market low. Pre-market high. And yesterday's high. Boom. The seventh, this level that I drew, I'm just gonna delete that. I don't know what that was. Don't want it on my chart. Okay. So now let's go ahead and look at the data. Okay, so we got some data at 9. It's very important, consumer sentiment and consumer expectations. And Trump is speaking at 11. Let's be done before then. And this is Central Time, by the way. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Set alarm for 8:50. Okay. So we have an alarm 10 minutes before. All right. Already having some good start to the day over here. Discord. Usually, I like to meditate for 5 minutes before. Usually at 8:20, I like to meditate to 8:25. I already meditated this morning. I don't need to, but I highly recommend that you guys do a 5-minute meditation every single morning before trading, just to kind of ground yourself. Feel your feet under your feet on the ground, your butt on the chair. Become present and really trade what you're seeing rather than what you think you want to see. Really recommended. Really recommended. Okay. So we are pretty much ready. We are pretty much ready to go. We are rejecting this 975 level. So we could look for a break. We could look for a bounce around that 800 level. Definitely going to be watching that. A little break and reversal there. Other than that, I'm not seeing anything I'm too amazed at. Q's right at that 700. So we'll see what it does there. What it does there. We don't want to be trading these psychological levels at the open, or at least I don't. I'm not a fan of trading psych levels at the open. I like to wait and see what the market wants to do. Okay, let's see. Just right. Okay. Make sure you got everything set up. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask again. Claptone came out with a new album, and I'm listening to it. Let's listen to it until the market opens. So far, it's good. We got Wanderlust. I love the little Spotify visual things. Watch these things for hours. Just sit there watching the same thing. I wasn't able to listen to these last 3 songs. I was taking a shit when they were playing. I'm gonna have to re-listen to those. FYI, TMI, whatever you say.
I'm not half the man you want, but you're in all my dreams. You don't even know this song, but you're its melody. And if you knew the way I feel, would you notice me? All it takes is a hello. Am I mad to let you know? Put your love on me. Please, please, please. Put your love on me. Please, baby. Won't you tell me if you can? Tell me if you can. Put your love on me. Put your love on me.
Ooh, a trumpet can do
Put your love on me. You don't have to sing along.
You want to do that?
I love the way you speak. God, I wish I could stay strong. Around you, I'm so weak. In your shallows, I could drown. I lose my breath, can't make a sound. All it takes is a hello. I feel mad, I need to know. Put your love on me. Please, please, please. Put your love on me. Please, baby. Won't you tell me if you can? Tell me if you can.
All right, let's lock in. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. Let's lock in. 21 seconds till the open. Let's get it. Okie dokie, okie dokie, okie dokie. How do I should have done this before, to be honest with you. We'll do it now. Okay, looks like we held that 28,900. Oh shit. How do I put this on? Story, bruh. Share. Instagram. I want to share it to my story. Oh, well. Let me just make a story. I need someone to help me. All right. Let's see what we got here. We're at that 7,400 on ES. We're holding that 900 on NQ. We really got to see what we do around the 7,400 level. We got to see what we're doing around that. NQ is obviously stronger. NQ is the stronger one. Trying to figure out. I don't get why this I react to this. Okay. NQ is holding that 900. It's definitely looking stronger than ES. I really want to take a pullback today. That 29,000 level is huge. I told myself I would not take shorts today. I just don't short all-time highs. So really looking for that 28,800 break in reversal. That is what I want. I'm looking at this level right down here. Man, if we do get really strong, I'm not opposed to going. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Ideally, we pull back. Really, let's hope for that. We got data at 9 Central, so that's big. It's big. I think it's consumer sentiment. Yeah, consumer sentiment, inflation expectations. That's really big. That's going to move the market. So we might have to wait for that. You know, what else are you going to do? I'm going to go get a thing. got it. It's a plant-based protein bar. This is like more delayed than I would like. Why is this delayed like that? Stream settings, ultra latency. All right. Yeah, I got this cookie butter plant-based protein. Let's lock in. We're looking at that ES 7400 level. That's a big level. We really want to see if we are going to hold that or fail it. But I do not like trading those psychological levels at the open. So we're going to sit tight. NQ is very much stronger. I can't believe how fucking strong we are. I can't believe it. It's just we go nothing but up. Look at this. Literal rocket ship. Every single day. Every one of these candles is one day. Every single day we've just been ripping. And if we've had a red day, it's been tiny. And green days are just fucking massive. All right. So big level up here. Let's mark that. Mark that. It's a big level. Change the color to red because it's possibly where it might fail. Okay, just keep it green, I guess. Oh, it's a huge level, man. Probably one of the biggest levels that. All right, now it's pissing me off. I want to move it up one tick. 29,000. It's probably one of the biggest levels that we have seen in a long time. 28,000 was the next one. This is huge. I would be shocked if we broke and held this. I would be shocked. I'd be shocked. They always come up with these nice levels that make me want to short, but I do not short all-time highs. I don't do it. Don't do it. Does not work well a lot of the times. So we just got to be patient and wait for a pullback. Probably going to need to wait for the data too, to be honest with you, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm sure. Uh-huh. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask in the chat, and I'll do my best to answer. I'm just having a chill Friday. No questions too dumb. SPX has a gap fill. It's a big gap. This is actually pretty fire, this thing. Got my protein in. So far, SPY is just very choppy. And Qs have a little bit of, tiny bit more direction, but I'm not going to short all-time highs. I'm not going to short all-time highs. I have to say it over and over again, like Bart on the chalkboard. I have Bart on the chalkboard in my fucking head right now saying I'm not going to short all-time highs. Now we're approaching that 29,000 level. That's huge. Biggest level we've seen in a long time. Mm. Let's see how we do around here. ES still struggling at that 7,400 level. NQ's pushing to that 29,000. Pre-market high pretty much. All right. All right, all right, all right. That 2,900 level is so big. No home, well. All right, let's see how we close here. This is going to be not only 29,000, but orb. Orb is going to print here in 35 seconds. So, again, guys, if you have any questions, ask in the chat. I'll do my best to answer them. Just having a chill day. All right, this is big here because we're going to have orb and this 29,000. I'm not going to short all-time highs, but we'll see what happens here. There we go. Let's see. Oh, we're going. Yeah, we're looking really, really strong today. We're looking really strong today. I might take some longs if we pull back a little bit here. I'm taking long. I'm long a little bit. Long 6. Okay, I'll take a little trim since I kind of had to chase it a little bit. We'll just hold these and we'll stop it at break even. These last 3. See if we can see where we can get. If we get stopped, fine. You know, I'm not looking for a home run with this. Just kind of a trend trade, and didn't get a beautiful entry, so I'm not gonna. This looks good though, and I will add if we get back to 29, I'll add to this. Or if we get when we get a 5-minute pullback, I'll add to it too. So that's the plan. Risk-free trade. I'm just gonna hold this right now and see where it can take us. I think we can get to at least 74.10 on ES. So I'll be watching ES to hit that 74.10 level before I make any more trims. And if we, let's see what happens. Again, like I said, I'll take a pullback. I'll take a pullback again to 2,900. Excuse me. If we get it. Days like this, I mean, you just have to see that strength and you just have to go long. I mean, or short, you can't really wait for it to pull back. It's just how it is on days like this. It's tough, but and it's a little bit scary, but once you recognize the price action, it's easier to say, oh, okay, I see this price action. I've seen this price action before, and I'm gonna take one off here. I've seen this price action before, and it becomes easier. We're waiting for that 74.10. I'm not. We're at yesterday's high here, so on SPY. So let's hold that 74.08. See if we can get that 74.10. Nvidia is just rocket ship. I really wish I had more size than this, but it was just the entry was just not, when you're not. I didn't chase it, but like the entry was, it's tough. Entries like this are tough, so you don't want to throw a bunch of size on because you just don't really ever. You never really want to throw a bunch of size on. We're not trying to buy a Lambo right now. Maybe soon. Not right now. All right, 7409. Come on, let's get that 7410. I will sell one there and just keep a runner. A lot of the times, the exact level I want to sell, they won't. They won't. I'm gonna sell before this candle closes. I'm gonna sell one. Yeah, a lot of the times they won't touch that 7410 because they know there's gonna be a lot of sellers there. So they'll sell it before. They'll play around. I'm gonna sell one before this candle closes, though. Just gonna sell one right now. Okay, I'm fine. I got one left, guys. Break even stop, risk free trade. Can't really ask for much more. I wish I had more size, but I will take a pullback. I will take a pullback into 29,000 for sure. Hopefully, this data kind of gives us a pullback and we can long it. 10 minutes till the data. I'll take a pullback still. Even I'll take a pullback still. Um, Around that 29 level. To start scaling in increments of three MNQ, three MNQ, not three NQ. See this is when we're this strong. It's you just gotta. All right, let's see. Yeah, wait for it to pull back a little bit more. Maybe around 30, around 29,030. I don't know if we're gonna get that. I honestly don't. I think it might. I don't wanna. I don't wanna re-add to this that early. I really don't. I'm not gonna. I. We'll just have to wait. We'll have to wait for the pullback. Definitely looking at the pullback though. Definitely looking at the pullback. We just have to wait. I'm looking for 30. Um, I'm gonna add more at 30, guys. We have to wait. Come on, just a little bit more. A little bit more. Yeah. It's gonna go, guys. Where did it bounce? We need to, yeah, 40, 40. Why not 40? So we need to keep that in mind. Sometimes I would chase this, but since we're live streaming and all of that, I'm just gonna let it be. Uh, Fuck. We should have added a little sooner. Yeah, we just went. There we go. Profit target is above pre-market high here. Or 29,100. I'm kind of pissed we missed that um, pullback, but what are you gonna do? See if we can. Okay, we got 6 minutes until the data. Let's just wait. That pullback would have helped us print, though, for sure. Got to be more aggressive sometimes. It's okay. See if we can. I mean, if we can get this pullback, that would be lovely. 29. I just don't want to get in before the data, really. I would really rather not do that. Really rather not do that. Still got that runner, right? Yeah. Mm. We're just gonna go to the moon, and I'm gonna be here with my one fucking MNQ. Is that how it's gonna be? It's hard to chase those entries with the big size. We are very strong though, so that added some confidence to the fact that we were gonna blast through that 29,000 level. We saw ES break that 7,400. I'm still not convinced on ES and 7,400 that it's gonna hold. Um, it's looking a bit like a double top right now. 5. And Q's got much more direction. It really has much more direction. So if you're looking for longs, I would look to trade NQ for sure. Okay, we're looking for a pullback to like. I really don't want to get in before the data, um, but I'm willing to take a bit of a pullback, add a little bit of a position. Um, add like 3 more MNQ if we pull back to an appropriate level, and then kind of wait for the data and add more if we start to react in the way that we want it to. Yeah, we can take a if we can get a pullback to 29 even. I'm gonna add a little bit. I'm gonna add 3 MNQ if we do that. And then if the data turns out good and everything looks good and we keep going strong, I'm gonna add 6 more MNQ. So I'll have a total of 10 because right now I have 1. I'm surprised I can do math. I usually can't. It's a good day. Okay, guys, 1 minute and 30 seconds until the data. Let's see what we get. This is huge data, guys. Huge data. Consumer sentiment and inflation expectations. Very, very, very big data. Very big. I don't know why my Discord flashes and there's just nothing there. It's like when you see something flash in your tray, you're like, oh, okay, I got a new notification. There's just no notification. I don't know if it's telling me like other Discords are typing, people are typing in them. I don't know. Okay, guys, 50 seconds. Like I said, I'll take a pullback. I'll take a pullback to the 5. I mean, you just have to do that in days like this. So I'll take a pullback to the 5 and just continue adding, not like a madman, but you don't want to put in too much size too soon. All right, guys, 20 seconds. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, let's see. Let's see, guys. Here we go. Wow. Wow. I'm gonna close this out. I closed out that runner. I think we'll pull back and I'll re-add. I'll re-add on the pullback. So 29.1. If we can get a pullback to 29 flat, I'll fucking slam it. If we get a pullback to 29 flat, I'll fucking slam it. I'm weary about taking a 5 EMA bounce now. Holy crap. All right, I'm in a little bit. I might stop out of this. I'm in just 3. I might stop out of this. I just want to see if it holds a little bit. No, I'm out. I'm out. I don't. I don't like that. I don't like that. Um, because we're right at this level. Yeah, I'm gonna wait. Let's wait, guys. Let's wait. Let's wait for a pullback. Let's wait. I just think that this might. Let's just wait. Let's wait for a pullback. Give us a pullback, dude. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. Don't be rude to us. See, that's what the market. It doesn't like on days like this. It doesn't like to give people pullbacks. Like basically, if you're in, you're good. If you're not, bye. So if we can get a pullback, I think that we're gonna have to get in earlier than we want to, though. Honestly, like I really do. It's just when do we get in, right? I think we're gonna go. All right, I'm gonna get in a little bit. I'm just gonna try it. There we go. Okay, we'll see what happens. This is just how you have to do it sometimes when you're at all time highs. We're just very strong, guys. We're very strong. We're very strong. I'm not trading big size right now because I mean you can't when the market's doing this because you just don't you don't know how much it's going to pull back. Um, but we are bullish, so we're just going to trade the chart, and see what happens. And if we have to stop out, we'll stop out. It's fine. That's how you trade. No problem with that. Target is like 29. Oh, 7,400 on SPX. That's the target. That's the target. If we can break this, yeah, 30 73.90 will be really good. If not, we'll have to stop out and wait and take a pullback. I'm not going to try and long again if this doesn't go right now. I'm not going to try and long again until we get a good pullback. So this next candle is going to really tell us what we need to know. Um, that's annoying that that's happening, but let's see. We got to hold for this next candle, guys. See what happens. If not, we'll take that pullback to 29,000, and that'll be we need to get like after this, we just need to get one good trade in because I don't want to be playing around, going back and forth, um, trying to. All right, let's see. Let's see what this next candle does, guys. It's the moment of truth. I mean, we're strong, so we got to trade it how we see it. Um, we might fail this 100, but we'll see. Stop is the previous candle's low. If we start going, I'm going to add. All right, I added a little bit. I'm in 6 MNQ now. I'll step out of this again if we start to look like not good. Step out of it. Okay, I'm stopping out of that. All right, guys. You know what? We just need one good trade then. Honestly, I'm not gonna play games. I'm not gonna play games with this. So let's. That's a good thing we stopped out. Um, I'm cool with making $100 today. You know, I don't want to mess with this. I don't know. I should be trading it like taking the previous candle low, I guess, long. Um, that's what I should have done. But let's wait for a pullback, and if we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. Yeah, it's tough to, you can't chase all time, you can't chase highs, you know. It works sometimes because like when the market starts to really trend up, it's like you have to do it. But there's going to be a point where you can't do it. So market's fighting that 21, 29, 100, that 100 level. If we can get a pullback to 29, 29 flat, I'll slam it. I've said it before, I'll say it again. So I'm willing, like, I we could have to sit here all day and wait for it. That's just how it goes. But yeah, if we get to that 29,000, I'll probably do 15 MNQ. So that's my version of slamming. But you know, trading a 50K account, so don't oversize. People be oversizing their accounts and they just blow them up. It's like, it's not that you're a bad trader; it's that you're trading too much size. So you got to give yourself room for drawdown and stuff like that. Um, so you can't be trading big size on a 50K account. You just cannot. So we're gonna wait for this 29 flat. Yeah, 29 flat. Orb high VWAP. Slam Maroney. Slam Maroney time. Like, if we get there, Slam Maroney time. So I'm not interested in anything else. Honestly, I've taken like 3 trades, one good one, and then 2 where we got stopped out. And I don't want to be running around like a chicken without a head. You know, it's already, two's already too much, or three's already too much. So we'll look for one more good one, and if not, then start the weekend early or something. I don't know. Got to go to the gym at some point. Really, we just need that 29. Come on, 29. We'll get in a little bit early because we'll scale into it. Um, just don't want to get in too early, you know. I do tend to sometimes get in too early on pullbacks, so I just really want to be mindful of that. You know, I tend to do that. I don't want to miss the trade, but I it's more important to not get a bad average, and if anything, okay, miss the trade. Honestly, like, you're gonna miss some trades. You just got to be okay with it. There's always another one that's gonna come. It's just the reality of it. So stay grounded in reality, and be patient. Be patient, and you will be profitable. Okay, so we're really fighting with that 29, that 100 level there. Hopefully we fail it and come back down, and I'll add in intervals of 3. I really, we really want it to come down to right here, this orb high and this VWAP, and then I think that's confluence with 29,000. So that is a level we are definitely interested in, and we'll trade it. I will trade it with my eyes closed. I'll take that trade a million times. So enough. Yo, Chris is gone. Where the fuck is Chris? Where the fuck is Chris? He's on Felony's Meat. He's probably on Felony's Meat. We need this pullback. We need this pullback. light blinds me, man. That light blinds me. Yeah, it's just tough to trade these fucking days like this. We need to look at what it's doing, guys. So before, when I tried to take that pullback, it bounced off 28.4. It bounced off. So we need to remember. But anyway, we need to look at what it's doing. So it's people are having stops right here at this candle, and they're stopping people out, and then they're going. So they're liquidity grabbing them there. So what we would want to do then is on a pullback is go long right below the previous candle low. When everyone is stopping out, we want to enter, right? So just making those analysis of, okay, what's happening, like what's the chart showing me, is really beneficial to like kind of up your trading game. Like for that, let's see, we could have got 75. We could have gotten a 30-point trade right there. We could have just gotten a 30-point scalp from this previous candle low entry to the hot to sell at the highs. Could have gotten a 30-point scalp right there. Nothing wrong with that either. Nothing wrong with that. Good little scalpy whelpy. I think we get this pullback. I think we get this pullback. We just gotta wait. We have to wait. We have to wait. We have to wait. Here's our sweet spot. Right here. It's very clear on cues too. It's that VWAP and orb high. Orb is open range breakout. It's basically the 15-minute highs and lows of the session. So once that 8:45 candle hits, or whatever time zone you're in, whatever the high was and whatever the low was, that's your orb open range. So when we look for an open range breakout, right, like we had here on cues, that 15-minute candle closed because each candle's 5 minutes, and then we held orb and just blasted out, right? So that was it shows you the validity of orb. Um, so we're looking for a pullback there to VWAP and orb, and that confluences with 29K, which is massive, absolutely massive. So we just have to wait. We have to wait for the pullback. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. It is what it is. This is how it goes. I think we get the pullback, but when, I don't know. I'm down to stream for like another 45 minutes. See if we get it. If not, might call it an early weekend. And I mean, I'll let you guys know like what to do. But we still got some time. We still got some time. If you guys have any questions, ask in the chat. That'll help us pass the time. No question is a bad question. So yeah, I like to help people. I feel like trading is a career where it's like, yeah, it's great. Like you make money, but what service am I offering to society? What value am I offering to society? And that can get tricky. So yeah, I'd be happy to answer your guys' questions and help you out. I just need to look at the chat. Okay. The chat's popping off. Chat's popping off, guys. This is how trading is, you know? This is how you get the Lambos. This is what you do. We're really just chopping around here at this 29,100. So hopefully we fail it and have a little pullback. Market's deciding what it wants to do here. Are we gonna rally base rally or rally base reject? That's really the only two things we're gonna see here. We're not gonna see chop at this level forever. We're gonna see once buyers and sellers decide what they want to do off this level, we are gonna see a move. And we're hoping it's a rally base reject. That's what we're hoping for. Who likes to hit legs? Legs sucks, dude. Legs sucks because then I feel like I can't run. I feel like I can't. And you know what they say? They say that aerobic exercise is the best thing you can do for neuroplasticity. Aerobic. So that's what I'm saying, man. I want to increase my neuroplasticity. I want to take care of my heart. I think aerobic exercise overall is like better for the human body physically. I think. I'm pretty sure. I love lifting. I absolutely love it. But I think like in terms of health for your physical body, I think aerobic exercise is superior. They're both great though. They're both great. Too many people don't do it, to be honest with you. Not a super exciting day besides the open here, you know. Kind of had to catch something within the first 15 minutes if you really wanted to get a good trade in. I mean, the good trade was really that 29 hold, which that was the trade that I took. I wish I had more size, and then that was the only good trade. The other trade I was trying to take pullbacks, and it was just not happening. And I said, okay, I tried that a couple times, and I said, all right, not gonna try that anymore. It works sometimes. I'm not gonna keep trying it though. So we just have to wait for a pullback. That's all we can do. That's all we can do is wait for a pullback. And you know, a lot of times days like this, is that all we can do is wait for a pullback, and you don't get the pullback. You know that happens sometimes. So just be mindful that hey, we could not get the pullback today. That might happen, and that's just the way it is. You know, it's kind of when it's your only income, it's kind of more stressful because it's like, well, I feel like I need to make more than $100 or however much I'm green. You know, when you do this full time, you kind of like feel like, okay, well, I need to take something, and that adds like a lot more pressure. And holding your discipline with that, even that added pressure, is really fucking hard. So you guys can all do it. Everyone can do it. Everyone can do it. They just have to develop patience. And it looks like we might rally base rally. So that's awesome. Qs are like delayed. Why are Qs are like delayed to NQ or something? Vice versa. I don't know. Qs like frozen. Oh, no, it's not. Yeah, SPX is approaching that 7,400. We really just want that 29 pullback. I'm not going to take a reject anywhere. I don't care what. There's no level to take a reject at. First of all, um, yeah. Look at this. I've never you there. I don't think there's been anything like this ever. I do not think there has been. This is this just tells me manipulation. It's just not, it's not naturally possible. This is complete manipulation right here. It's just not naturally possible for this long to be going up this much. It's and for what? For what? Consumer sentiment is down, inflation is up, gas prices are through the fucking roof. I mean, it's wild. It's wild. I don't control it. I'm not in charge here. I'm not in charge here, but I can clearly see what's happening. Clearly. So let's see. It's amazing to me. I've never seen anything like it. I've been into the market since 2008. I've been watching markets since '08. So I have not had a short amount of time in the markets, and I can tell you right now that's not natural. It's on steroids, right? It's on steroids. That's the best way to put it. Someone's giving it the juice, the juicy juice. We gonna get that pullback or nah? I mean, really, the trade there was again, um, taking that pullback, that liquidity sweep below that previous candle low where everyone stopped out, and that structure right there bounced right off that structure, and just went. So getting an entry there would have been ideal. It's just waiting for more of a pullback, but you don't get pullbacks on days like this. You say, okay, I want to take this pullback to this. You're not. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen, and that can cause people to just start scaling in super early, and then it happens to reject more, and then you have a problem. So it's hard to trade size on days like this, but it's always good to see, okay, well, what trade would have worked out here, right? What trade would have worked out, and on big trend strong days like this, like where we're just like shipping up, you need to take pullbacks, and you need to identify where you're going to take the pullback. A lot of the times, I'll take it back to the 5 EMA, which is this purple line, 5 exponential moving average. That's the line that you take pullbacks on when the market is trending in a strong direction, up or down. That's a very good indicator. I use it a lot. Like I think people don't respect it enough. If you would, but yeah, on very strong trend days, take a pullback to the 5, and you have to get in a little bit before the 5, before it touches the 5, because it's a lagging indicator. And guys, I'm not like a huge indicator guy. I have these EMAs, I have VWAP, and I have the 200 SMA. The less, the better. I really, I don't. You don't need indicators, and if you have a lot of indicators, that's okay, but get rid of them. Okay, I do have another indicator here. This is ATR, average true range. and that measures how much the candles, every 5 minute candle moves on average, right? So right now, every 5 minute candle on QQQ is moving 89 cents on average. Okay, so that tells me, okay, that tells me the volatility, first of all. So I say, okay, I can, I know what size I want to use. I say, okay, this is zero point 0.9 ATR. That's high. That's high. Definitely on the higher side. So I don't want to use really big size because I don't need it. The market's volatility is high, so I don't. I can lower my size and still get a good return in. So that's very important. I think ATR is a very important indicator um, to have on your charts. You don't need it on every chart. I like to have mine on Q. Some people like to have theirs on NQ and see how many points every candle is moving. I just started like this, so I don't fix it if it ain't broke type thing. And you can see that Spy's ATR is a lot less. It's 0.52, 52 cents per 5 minute candle. So that's why a lot of people, a lot of crackheads, a lot of degens trade NQ because it's more volatile than ES. And you know, it's fun to casino NQ. It's way more fun to casino NQ than it is ES, and that's why people trade, right? Casinos open every single day, Monday through Friday. Yeah, guys, if we can get that 29 bounce, I will slam it, like absolutely slam it. So let's lock in for it. Let's lock in for it. I'll probably trade about 15 MNQ um, scaling in. I'm going to scale in probably at the 21 EMA. I'll probably start scaling in there at like 30. Um, it'll probably be too soon, so wait if you um, don't have a lot, if you don't have a good amount of capital, uh, then I would wait. But I'm going to start scaling in around the 21, around 34. Yeah, we rejected that SPX 7400 pretty good. Okay. Hopefully we can get. I mean, I'll take this trade any day of the week, so I have no problem taking this 29,000 bounce at all. No problem at all. Win, lose, or draw. Okay. Hopefully we can come down there. If they bounce it at 150, or if they bounce it at 50, I'm going to be butthurt, man. If they bounce it like right here, I'm going to be butthurt. Because it's possible that they could. It's possible that they could. I just don't want to. I don't want to be too early. It's just not worth it. It's just not worth it to be too early. Right now, we're just kind of holding that structure. We gotta wait. This is so fun to wait. That's why I love trading. Just sit here and wait. My friends be shorting and they be making money. I don't know how they be doing that. Everyone trades differently. That's what I love about trading. I've had this lighter and it's just been out of fluid for like five. Oh, wow. Yo, this hasn't lit for months. Just mess around with it. It's like a fidget tool. That's crazy that lit. I'll lit again. Hmm. Maybe some like fairy put fluid in here. It was looking nicer before when VWAP and Orb were in confluence, but we just gotta wait. Hopefully we get it. Hopefully we get it. Sometimes the one trade you're looking for, like you get impatient and you start taking other trades, and you could have a red day, and then you have a red day, and then the trade that you were waiting for and looking for happens later in the day, and it plays out picture perfectly, and that's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling when you're like, okay, this is the trade, and you go around doing other stupid shit. You end the day red, you're exhausted, and then you see that the trade that you were looking and waiting for completely played out. Not a good feeling, right? So we don't want that to happen, and we're not gonna do that. I really do kind of regret not taking that sweep of that previous candle low, though. That was a really good. It was a really good scalp, and then a really good breakout too. I mean, that was a big move. What, 78 to, yeah, that was almost a 100 point move. It was almost a 100 point move right there. That would have been a done for the day type deal. SPY is kind of messing with pre-market high right now. Qs are definitely stronger, so that's good for us because we want to take a long, and Qs are stronger than ES, so that is good for us because we want to take a long. Now, if Qs were weaker than ES and we wanted to take a long, that would not be as ideal. It's not a deal breaker, but it wouldn't be as ideal. So we're in an ideal situation in terms of that, and we want to take this pullback. I don't want to get in too soon, but we'll get in around. I remember I wanted to take this pullback here, and I was waiting for 30, and we bounced at 40. I'll add in at 40. I think that could be a little early, but I'm gonna try it. So I'm gonna add some at 40, and then uh, add more size lower. So I'm gonna add a little bit at 40, and then when we get to 29, I'm gonna like double the size, right? So that way my average is good, and I hope we do get all the way down, right? Because if we add at 40 and we just add small size, well, we have some skin in the game, but not as much as we want. But if we have to, if we want to get our full size, then we have to wait for our level. So we can scale in a little bit, but we don't want to be the type of people who average down because we got a shitty average. That's not what we want. We don't want to do that. We want to average down because we're in a well handled trade, and we're handling it. We're handling the trade and executing well. So we're looking for this 40 level. If you don't have a big account, I would wait. But if you are trading prop firms and you have a 50K account, I'm trading 3 MNQ at a time. So 3 MNQ. So I'm planning to add 3 at 40, and then uh, maybe 6 at like around the 29 level. And we have to be mindful that it could break below, though. That's the thing. Like sometimes they, like, the ideal trade would be, honestly, like what they do a lot of the times is they'll break it below this this big level, 29,000. They'll break it below, they'll stop out all the longs, and then they'll grab liquidity down here and reclaim it. So I don't I don't think that's going to happen with this 29,000 because it's just such a big level that I think that there will be so many buyers there that it I don't think they'll break through it, but um, let's wait for that 40. See if we get it. Next week we have a pretty big data week, so I would not be surprised if we don't see much today. I really wouldn't be surprised. Tuesday is when I think we're going to start seeing some moving, some real moving Tuesday. Um, so Trump is speaking at 11 today. I do not want to be trading when he is speaking, so definitely going to be done before that. Whatever we get or don't get. But yeah, guys, this is trading. This is how you do this career. So glorious. It's the opposite of everything else. You just literally sit and be patient and wait. That's the job. So you can't get bored easily. You can't get bored. You need to like work out your imagination, and so that way you have an imagination. Otherwise, you'll get bored. You can play with your dog, listen to music, anything but buy and sell like crazy. Do anything but take random shit. Anything and everything. Right now, it looks like a Head and Shoulders is forming on NQ. So you got the. I don't really love using these drawing tools a lot. I don't mess with them a lot, but where is that Head and Shoulders? There should be a little thing. I don't know. Yeah, see, I don't fuck with these that much. I think the less things on the chart, the better. I've always been like that. But you got your shoulders, head. We'll see if a shoulder's playing out. And a head and shoulders pattern, guys, is a bearish pattern, right? I'll show you guys. People who are watching this probably may know, maybe not. Yeah. So I think this is pretty clear. This is a head and shoulders. Well, actually, no. Let's use it with some. This is better. This is a head and shoulders, guys, right here, right? Shoulder, and then you have a higher high head, then you have a lower high again, shoulder, and then continuation to the downside. That is a very common pattern that a lot of people trade, and it has a high consistency rate. It does. So here we go again. Not as clear, but it's clear on the breakdown. It's like, okay, you have your shoulder, your high, your higher high, your head, your lower high, your other shoulder, your neckline, and then what you are looking for is an entry, a short entry down on a failure of that head and shoulders. And there's also head and shoulders. There's also inverse head and shoulders, which is a bullish pattern, right? So you have your left shoulder, and then you have your low, your head, you have your lower low, and your higher low, inverse head and shoulder, and you're waiting for that break to go long above the neckline on that. So if we look at our NQ right now, we can see a little play out here, right? Shoulder, head. Now we'll see if we're forming the other shoulder. Am I going to go short? No, I don't go short at all-time highs. I just don't. We're at look at us. Look at us. What is that? How is that? That's not possible. I keep saying it, but it is what it is. So yeah, guys, On this, every candle represents 1 week. So that's how much we move in a week, right? So the week of April 13th, we moved from 25 uh, to 26, 827. It's almost like a 2,000 point move, 1,800 point move. It's crazy. So that's why I don't want to take shorts. I don't care. Like I know that it could play out, and I see it forming, but I just one of my rules is not to take shorts at all time highs ever. It doesn't work out well for me. Maybe for some people it's good. Maybe some people can do it well. For me, it doesn't work out. So I don't short all time highs. I don't take short positions at all time highs. I just wait for pullbacks, and that's it. If we get it, we get it. If we don't, we don't. So looks like there's nowhere to enter. There's nowhere to enter. I shouldn't have taken those last two trades and just been able to fucking call it with what I was at, but hopefully we can get that pullback, guys. Hopefully we can get that pullback. Other than that, I mean, other than that, there's nothing we can do. I wish there was, but there's not. You just have to take what the market gives us, and sometimes it doesn't give us much. Look at gold. Let's see what gold's doing. I like to watch gold. See how different that daily chart is from NQ. See how different that is? Like, this is very not choppy, but it's not straight up. There was a time when gold was just ripping. Look at this. Just rip. Look at this. Imagine if you were short. Imagine if you were short this. You would have made like people made tens of hundreds of millions off of this. Billions. Let's not joke around. Billions off that short. People made fucking billions off that. Look at that. That's crazy. It's just shocking. you, you don't see this ever. You don't ever see this. How is it's just so manipulated. It's so manipulated. Hey, if you're short, manipulated, not manipulated, who cares, right? It doesn't matter if you're short. That's actually better. People who are mad are the ones who are long and get their pants ripped off, which was a shit ton of people. Look at that. All of these days, we erased in pretty much one day, in 2 days. All of these days. How many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we erased 8 days in one day. Boom. Same thing can happen to your account too, by the way. Same thing can happen to your account very easily. So you got to be disciplined. Gold's sometimes good to trade. It can be a little dicey. You have to be a little bit crazy to trade gold. Um, let's see what's oil doing. Oil is just holding below that 100 level. I like to watch oil just because of the situation that we're in right now. Makes it relevant. Uh, yeah. Guys, guys. All right, I'm gonna go pee. Okay, so Brody. Sorry, you might have to. Sorry, you might. Okay, sorry, Brody. I just saw this. So what I'm using is to chart. I'm using TradingView. Here, let me link. Let me link it. I'm using TradingView to chart, and I'm using the premium version. If you want to trade if you want to trade the way I trade, you need the premium version. It's not the top of the top of the top. It's like the almost the top, but the thing with TradingView is you get a really, really, really good sale for Black Friday. Like it's like 80% off. It's amazing. So if you do get it now, then that's fine. But what I would do is I would renew it on Thanksgiving for Black Friday, and then you can just keep renewing every Black Friday, and you get like substantial discount. Um, in terms of platforms, so I'm using TradingView to chart, and then I'm using Tradeovate. I'm using Tradeovate to trade. So this is what I'm using to trade. Now, what I'm trading is what I'm trading the capital that I'm trading with. I'm not trading with my capital. I'm trading with Apex. I have several prop firms that I trade with, but I'm trading with Apex. Um, Basically, this gives you like you can get a 50K account, right? I do intraday drawdown. I forgot to get my water, and I just like shit went down the wrong pipe. Um, okay. So basically, with these accounts, you have to make $3,000 to pass the test. And then once you pass the evaluation and you make $3,000, you get what's called a funded account. And the funded account is where you can start getting payouts of real money from. So first, before you get the real money, you have to pass a test. And then you get the account that you can withdraw real money from. But you have to follow some rules. Okay, so you have to follow some rules, and it's very important to know them, and they're different for every prop firm. Apex is the one that's just the cheapest to start with, so this is what I recommend new traders kind of start with. And so you can see the I don't know, parameters and rules here. So I'm select the type. I do intraday trail. That means that it's it's cheaper, but it's harder because like that means whatever your last balance was, it's gonna trail it. So if you were green like $500 and you pull back $500, it's still gonna count those $500 in your drawdown. And I don't know if I explained that well, but you'll find out. You'll find out what it means. You'll find out what it means. So intraday trade bait is what I recommend. It's what I use. Account size 50K. Okay, so you have 1 day to. So here are the rules. You have 1 day to pass. Um, that can be dangerous. That can be good or bad. A lot of people just try to keep doing it over and over again, and you know they just degen. I don't recommend that. I recommend learning how to trade and not trying to do that. Max contracts is 6 mini or 60 micros. So 10 micros equals 1 mini. So that's why you see that ratio right there. I usually on a 50K account, I usually trade 6 to 12 micros. Okay, so 6 minis is ridiculous. No one should ever do that. That's just gambling. They're trying to just pass the account. You know. So your profit target is $3,000. So you have to get to 3K. Your max drawdown is 2K, and you can't get negative 2K. So if your account starts at 50K, really the account is only a $2,000 account. It says 50K, but it's really a $2,000 account because that's the max drawdown that you have. So you have to trade it like a $2,000 account. 50K, 50K is just I don't. It makes it look better for them, I guess. So you got to hit a 3K profit target. You can't get below 200 intraday trail. So intraday is a little bit tougher. Scaling, you don't have to worry about that until you pass reset fee, and then you have all your stuff here. Now, when you pass this test, then you get the performance account. And this is $25, $25 with a coupon code. So you can use coupon code. I don't know. I'll type it in the chat. I'm just gonna shout out to some random. Another trader. This is a coupon code. I don't have the thing yet. That's the coupon code you want to use to get the account for $25. So that way you get your feet wet with the market for $25. You know, the risk to reward is insane because you can pay $25 and then you can start getting $2,000 payouts. So a $25 risk for a $2,000 payout, don't have to be a mathematician to know that that's a good risk to reward, and that's part of trading. Risk to reward. So it all factors in. So you get that 50K account, you get that Trading View Premium, and there's another application that I really do recommend. You don't have to get right away, but it's called TradeZella, and it's where you can journal your trades, right? So I have like all of my rules here, and I can come with the game plan. What's the game plan? Be patient off the open and wait for pullbacks. Pretty simple. And when you're newer, you have to analyze things in depth, and TradeZella is really the platform to do that. They also have a really good sale on Black Friday. But okay, so for the performance account, the activation fee is $69. So once you pass the eval, then you have to pay $69 to activate the PA, which is the funded account. 7 days activation deadline, payout frequency. So you can take a payout every 5 days. So you have to trade 5 days, and I think you have to make like $50 or something every. You have to make like $50. You have to be green like $50 for 5 of the days. So, max accounts, you can trade up to 20 accounts at the same time. So that's how you see these people making like hundreds of thousands of dollars is because they're copy trading 20 accounts. It's ridiculous, right? Because if you make $500, we'll times that by 20, right? So let's there's that. No, you can trade 4 minis or 40 micros. You do have to scale, which means you can't trade that full size until your account hits a certain balance. Intraday trail, they lose something. Yeah, consistency rule 50% means that you can't make more than 50% of what you're going to take a payout at, right? So I take payouts at I usually take payouts when my account balance hits 5,000 or 55,000. I'll take a $2,000 payout. That'll bring my balance down to 5,300, and I have $3,000 of drawdown from there. I'm comfortable with that. So if I take if I'm saying, okay, I'm going to take a payout of 5,000, 55,000, and the consistency rule is 50%, I can only make $2,500 in one day max. I can make $2,500 in one day max to meet the consistency rule to take a payout at $5,000. Okay. So if I want to take a payout of $5,000, I can't make $5,000 in one day. I would have to make then $10,000 to take a payout. So you have to be mindful of the consistency rule. I don't make $2,500 a day pretty much ever because I don't trade that size. So it's not a problem. But for for a lot of people, they kind of tend to gamble more, and so that's why these rules are in place, right? Because these prop firms have gotten their pants ripped off by not having like consistency rules or anything, and then some trader comes or some gambler guy comes and makes 200K, and they would have to pay that out. That was in the early days. Now they've figured out, okay, how do we have to structure this? So yeah, that's the account. I can make some videos or something. I don't know. Let me know if you would like me to make a video on something, Brody. I can do that. Guys, guys, no pullback. There's no pullback. Yep. I'm not typing out. Fucking. Really, like the long was right here. It was this structure right here. How can you be comfortable taking a long right here? What's your risk to reward? You know what I mean? Like if I go long right here and my targets are highs, that's 77 to let's use our little tool here. Where's our little tool? Okay. So if we were to go long here and our take a profit was here, that's highs. This is how you measure risk to reward, guys. Our take profit was here, and then where's our stop going to be, right? Like, so that's a 1.37 risk to reward, but hold on, that's not where we would have taken profit. I'm not kidding you. Let's see. Yeah, because initially I said, okay, well, if we took this liquidity sweep, we could take it to highs. So swear. How do I want to fucking expand this to the top? Okay, there we go. Okay, so we got this lows to this highs, and then what is our stop going to be, right? If it's going to be 2,900, that's not a good risk to reward ratio. And I don't think the stop would be 2,900. The stop would probably be right here. So honestly, it wasn't a bad trade. What could it have been? Do I wish it was better? Yeah, but on days like this, you just have to take like the teeniest, tiniest, littlest pullbacks. I mean, on days like this, yeah. I mean, you just that's how you have to trade them, and it's tough to have a good risk to reward uh, when trading like that. But that's where like experience comes in on reading price action and stuff, right? Like if I know, okay, hey, this is how trending days are. I see that it's a trending day. I've seen it before. I know what to do. I might have to get an entry that I don't. I might have to get an entry that I don't think is ideal, but based on what I've seen in the past, uh, it'll be fine, and I'll make sure that my stop's pretty tight. When you're yeah, you want to keep your stop pretty tight, right? So if we were to enter right here on this sweep here, we could have literally just had the stop under this previous candle low, and we could have just taken a quick scalp right there into highs, done for the day, right? That was a one and done right there. So 2020, right? You see it 2020, but it's always good to measure your risk to reward with this tool, guys, on TradingView. You come here to your little whatever the fuck that is, L. That's for long position. Actually, I want to put this in my star at my thing down here. You use that for longs, and then you use another one for shorts, and that's how you can measure your risk to reward. Okay. Sorry, y'all. I should have looked at the chat more. Top chat, live chat. There's not much we can do, to be honest with you. You always want to take like a really perfect trade, and the probability that it's going to get to that beautiful, beautiful level. It's hard for them to let that happen. SPX is still struggling over there at that 7,400. Honestly, that's the only thing we could have done, guys. It's the only thing we could have done. Sometimes I feel like, dude, if I was more locked in, I would have like seen that. And I get kind of mad at myself. Why didn't you see that? Why didn't you see that? You should have known. You should have seen that. You know you've seen stuff like this before, but what's that going to help? Might make me lock in a little bit more in the future, though. I don't know. I'm hard on myself. Yeah, guys, we have CPI and PPI next week. So Monday might be a little bit choppy. Um, Tuesday, we should start seeing some good price action. I don't think price action was bad today. I just don't like you just had to be in. It's just how these days are. It's like you just have to get in. So I think just getting in, honestly, like when you start to see the trend, just get in, keep it pretty tight stop, right? And you might have to stop out and then get back in. Just if you're stopping out and getting back in and flipping sides, do not do that. Do not start flipping sides. But if you're like, for example, if I started to go long and I said, okay, I'm going to keep a tight stop, and just like it starts pulling back more than I want it to. Okay, I stop out, and then I can re-enter. So you might have to stop out and re-enter once or twice. Ideally, probably not, right? You just hold it. But if you go long and you say, okay, I think it's a trend day, and it pulls back a little bit, and you go long, and it starts to pull back like more and more and more, like you can close out the position. That's not illegal. You know, you're not married to it, and then you can re-enter the position again if you need to. So a lot of people don't really understand, like, okay, you can close that out and re-enter it. Like if something changes, if there's something you don't like, close it. And if it starts to, go the way that you're planning, you can take the position again, right? I'm really big on being fluid with when you're in a trade. Be fluid with the trade. I can buy a McDouble today. Huge day, McDouble day. McDouble day. Guys, this might have to just call it a day here, guys. Just kind of going up and up and up. There's really nothing we can do. We really wanted the pullback. That would have been fantastic, but they didn't give it to us. So, where does this bounce off? Yeah. See, so what we did was we just retested 20. We just retested 100 and went. Right? We broke a little bit below it, and then held it and went. Now we're fucking 70 points above, 73 points above that level. So, what did we do? See, this is like really what I like to do, and I think a lot of traders maybe don't do this. Is okay, what happened here? How this trade worked out? Why did it work out? What was like? What did it look like when it did work out? Right. So it's like we broke through 29. We went up to 29.1. We broke 29.1. A bunch of people went long, then they failed it. A bunch of longs stopped out. A bunch of people went short, then they reclaimed it. Right. So it's a lot of noise. So what we say, okay, well, what we're looking for then, keep it simple. We're bullish. We're bullish. So we're looking for a 20, 100. So when I say 100, it's the last three digits. A 100 break and reversal, or a 100 break and reversal for longs. Right. So we wanted to break 100. We wanted to reverse underneath 100. We went along at some type of structure, which is pretty much below this previous candle low. We went along at some type of structure, and we want a reclaim of 100. Right. And so when we did that here, boom, and then we kind of chopped. So we didn't really know if we were going to hold it. It's what makes it like you have to have your bias, and you have to stick to it, right? Like if you have a bias, like okay, long and it's going to hold, they're going to have some noise here, right? And it's holding below the 29, not holding below, but it's below. It was trading below the 2900 or the 100, and then but if your plan is okay to hold for that 100 hold, okay, so you're gonna long when it's underneath 100, and then you're going like below this structure, right? This is our structure, and then you're going to uh, take some profit at highs and then hold the rest for higher. And it's hard to define how much higher you hold it for because um, we're we're at all-time highs and we're just pushing all-time highs. But I would have said, okay, well, look at the other charts and say, okay, well, this is at SPX is at 7,400. I'll close the rest of the position out at 7,400. So let's see what we get now. I mean, I would not be opposed to taking another 100 bounce. I wouldn't be opposed to it. We're very strong. We would definitely need to wait for a break below and then a reversal above, because we need to wait for a failure of that 100, and then a reclaim of it. So this is how trading is, guys. Sometimes you just fucking sit here for hours. It's better than sitting for 8 hours, though, and having someone tell you what to do. But this is the reality of it. Man, that light is so bright. I'm gonna turn this down. I don't want this. All right. It's like gonna damage my eyes, dude. Is it bright enough? It's gotta be bright enough, right? Yeah, you can still see me. I'm not all dark. I don't think it needed to be super bright. So we'll wait for that 100 break and reversal. See if we can get it. And then we'll set our take profit at 75, 70. Set our take profit at 70, and then we'll take our trims at 70, and then hold for high of day. Hopefully we can get it. ES is approaching 70. Well, not approaching yet, but ES is headed towards 7,400. NQ is still stronger, so that's good for longs. Oh man, I'm glad that light isn't so bright anymore. That is super shitty. All right, guys, we're watching that 100 break and reversal. Let's listen to Claptone's new album. Put your love on me. I think it's the part. Put your love on me. You go wrong with Claptone, man. It's good. He'll get the water. ran out of filtered water. So I need to go get more. Oh, and I need to go get more before the gym. Alright guys. Again, 100 break and reversal. That's what we're looking for. Right when I started playing the music is when the trade's kind of shaping up here. All right, so we're looking for that 100, 29, 100 break and reversal. Break of 29, 100, and then a reclaim of it. That's what we're looking for. And we're gonna listen to music until that happens. I'll pause it. Homeboys from Europe. A lot of these guys. Mexico City. I love Mexico City for that. Oh my god, dude.
Something's in the water. The taste is bittersweet. The nights are getting colder. It's darker in the deep. There are times in these blue trying to catch my breath.
It's very common that you don't get pullbacks on days like these. So you either have to be super aggressive with your entry or don't take a trade. And I'm okay with being super aggressive with the entry. I'm okay with that, and I do it. Um, but a lot of people are not comfortable with that. So days like this, guys, yeah, you have to wait for that pullback, and if it's really aggressive, you gotta be kind of aggressive and take it. But we'll end the stream now. Happy Friday, happy weekend. Enjoy yourself, rest up, and we'll be back Monday. Hopefully, we get some better action. But we have CPI and PPI on Tuesday. We have CPI, so we might be choppy on Monday until Tuesday. Be mindful of that, and we'll cross that bridge when it comes. Okay. All right, guys. Love you guys. Take care. Have a good weekend. Peace.